Hi. So I am really trying my darndest. You all know, as usual, I messed up my video recording process. And now I got to record this whole fucking video again and try to keep an attitude out of this fucking situation so that you all will want to watch what I have to offer. How difficult is that? Being on a schedule, having to fucking go to work, having to, you know what I'm saying? Still having to record this video. Mm. I'm so happy right now. Like, it's just insane. So I recorded the video and then I started seeing that it was like not wanting to, it wasn't loading right or whatever. It looked like it was like frozen or something, trying to buffer or something. And then I realized that it's trying to find a connection. Like, what kind of connection do you need? I mean, you're on my hotspot. No, it's not, because my hotspot fucking died because my phone died. So I'm just sitting here, you know, recording for like almost an hour for no fucking reason. Like, it's so insane because it's like I got to go through all of this, the throws and the like everything that I described, and I have to do it genuinely, like I'm doing it for the first time, like I was a second ago. And it's like, it's not. It's the exact same thing. I'm gonna have to say the exact same thing that I just sat here and said. So, hey, you guys. So, I'm going to talk about uh, PDFilia and porn today. I'm going to be fairly quick because I have work later today and I just recorded this and I just went off about how, although I'm probably cutting that out, about how, I just recorded this and I spent almost an hour and, then my phone hotspot died. So, or my phone died, which the hotspot was connected to, or coming from. So, it didn't save my video. It didn't save anything. Like, Riverside prides itself in being so what the fuck ever. And it didn't save a lick of my video. It literally just has a thumbnail of the video. And you click on it and it's like, bitch, what? So thank you, Riverside. I should tag you all in this so that we can, make it clear that you all are in some fuck shit. But anyway, I want to talk about, I don't really want to talk about it, but I feel like we need to at this point in time. We've seen the conversation become more and more about this issue, this topic with the Kendrick beef, the Kendrick Drake beef, the Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Ice Spice, gay guys, gay people, trans women, trans people, black people, black Americans, Don Lemon, like the list goes on with Nicki. We've seen the conversation even a few years back with like Sia and Shia LaBeouf, and that girl who he performed with in one of her videos or something, and their kind of relationship with the girl or whatever. And we've seen it in things like this. I mean, more importantly, we've seen it with the Trump Epstein situation. So, and the Epstein files. So, this is, we saw it with Balenciaga years ago, that photographer who was commissioned. So it's just like, it's a lot. It's quite a bit. And I just wanted to talk about this because I'm seeing that in adult content, well, what's supposed to be adult content, there is this problem of child abusive content that is prolific all throughout these platforms. And this is on like normal platforms, or at least things that are seemingly, that are purporting to be things like this, or at least seem like it, through Pornhub, X Hamster, X videos, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm 31 years old. I've been looking at porn since probably around like 8 to 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember the first image I think that I fucking saw was like this these two white guys on a mountain or something, and like they had like schlongs down to the mountain top, like down to their feet. And it clearly wasn't real, but like to me back then, I didn't know what the fuck that. I was like, whoa, is this real? But what do you call it? It was crazy. And it's crazy because this was at my step grandfather's office downtown, and where me and his kids, my aunt and uncle who are my age, would always hang out and watch movies on the Xbox and play games and, play Office and, pretend to be office workers and things like that. So like, it's crazy because I'm on that same block right now, where that office was and where I saw that first picture or whatever, if I'm correct in saying that that was my first bout with porn. But it's just crazy because it's just like, I've, had this history of like, looking at porn, and I've never really run into the issues that I've been running into lately. And it's like, it's very weird to me, and it's gotten me to the point at which I don't feel like that my sanity at the very least is safe if I continue to look at porn, because I'm constantly having to navigate around this content. And I think that it speaks to where the world is going at this point. I mean, look at what's going on. We've got like people being exposed at the highest upper echelons of society, for being into shit like this. So like, I'm not surprised that if we really think about it, that there's some kind of it seems like a campaign or an agenda to normalize this stuff, but it's just like, it's crazy, and I'm going to show you some examples, but I'm going to have to, blur them out. So you're only going to see so much. So you're going to have to do your own research, I guess. But like, not that I'm telling people to look up, whatever inappropriate content, but like, what do you call it? Obviously everyone should do their own research to find out if this is actually an issue that needs to be resolved. And it definitely seems to be. I feel like the stuff is on a rise, even though I read a report recently that indicates that the numbers are decreasing from, all of the different social media sites and like the online porn that they're reporting that is abusive, in particular toward children and what have you. Those reports are apparently going down as of 2025 or so, but a lot of that, included within the same article, a lot of that, I wish I could cite it for you right now, but I'll have to look back into it and get it for you later. A lot of that is because of how much more stringent the process is to report these things, how many more qualifications and prerequisites are needed in order for, these things to be eligible for these reports. So it's insane. Because it's like, we've got people out here who are actively trying to report things. There was a video that I saw not too long ago when I was looking at porn, and I thought that it was very questionable. So questionable that despite a lot of the other stuff that I've seen that I felt like was questionable too, I felt like I needed to report this. So I went through and tried to do the reporting process. And when I tell you that process was so extensive, I felt like I was doing one of them old ass Target, McDonald's applications that you used to do at the kiosk in store or whatever. And it took you through like this 55 at the very least minute long process. Like, it was crazy. It is crazy. It's just like, okay, y'all want me to do all of this just to report a video for possibly violating child content production laws? Like, stop. What are you talking about? So, and then the icing on top of it was the fact that it was forewarning me that I would possibly face some kind of legal repercussion, if it was determined that this was a false report. And I'm like, wait, like, and that the content was okay. Like the way that it was worded, it was not just like, oh, if it was a false report, which you could assume would be someone who's intentionally trying to make a false. No, like the way that it was worded, it seemed as though if they prove that this is actually legitimate content, then you are in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, bitch, who the fuck is trying to do that? So I backed off the report because I didn't really know, and I didn't want to fucking take that risk, even though I was leaving like I wasn't leaving my email and my name and all that other stuff. But it's just weird to me because it's just like, it just seems to me that it's just like it takes so much to um walk the straight and narrow and like to do the right thing, to report the things that you're supposed to report, to you know um uh not engage with certain things. And it's like it's literally it's being pressed. Like it's being pressed. This shit is like I'm almost of the mind that there is, like I said earlier, a campaign, a propagandistic campaign to get people on board with this type of like stuff, because it's just like it just seems too accessible, and it seems too in your face and like acceptable, like to a lot of people, and in a lot of ways like it's just like there was something I was about to say that I said in my last video, or the last time that I tried to record this. Ugh. Um, accessible and acceptable. What was I about to say? Oh, I forgot. Um, so like, you look up like a specific niche, maybe a specific TV show or cartoon that you saw, and that you liked or something like that. And you'll, not the cartoon itself, maybe, but like, certain people within it who you found attractive or something like that. So maybe Batman or, Wonder Woman, or just throwing out examples or something. But like, you'll look up, something for that particular character, and they will go out of their way to show you the most egregious PDFia content that is associated with that character and with that series or their saga or whatever production they're in, Same thing with like just looking up anime, you know? Anime is not specifically like children's fucking just all children, you know what I'm saying? Like yes, a lot of the characters that they draw in a lot of the shows are children, but a lot of the characters are also adults. Like it's almost like a 50-50 situation. Like it's like all cartoons, there is a variety of the type of character that can exist within the shows. So the fact that you look up like just strictly not a specific one, just anime porn, and you come up with like so much child abusive content, it's insane. On Google, on Bing search images, all that, that's like I'm telling you, if you do it yourself you'll see. And it's just like I don't think that this is okay. Like I think that this is like absolutely insane at this point. Maybe it's just me. Maybe, I'm the one who's thinking of this inappropriately. But I don't see how. Cause like what am I saying? You know what I'm saying? So like, and I know that I'm a pretty open person. I'm pretty down with the sickness with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be in Fat Life and all that other stuff to a small degree. If you know, then you know. But like, this is too much for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know what to say. And except fuck that shit and get rid of it. And it's just crazy at this point. Like, I mean, especially with the advent of AI, which has definitely exponentially increased the reports of things like that. I think for AI alone in the last year, there were like almost 400,000, if not 400,000 or so, I think it was 370,000 reports, or excuse me, million. It was either 1,000 or million reports of um, this kind of content in AI alone. You know what I'm saying? You got Grok being basically labeled a child porn factory by entities like Legal AF that I watch through YouTube and all that good stuff, which I watch through YouTube. So it's just like it's crazy. Like it's really. I just feel like it just seems to be some kind of propagandistic campaign to legitimize this. You know what I'm saying? And it again, it's not far fetched when you look at the people involved in this, Epstein situation, the people who are trying to cover this up. When you look at the things that the leaders of this country have said, it doesn't make anything but sense that this is happening. So I feel like there was something else that I was going to say, but this is pretty much the gist of what I was trying to bring to you all. So, girl, I was so scared that I wasn't recording or that my voice wasn't being captured. That's how I usually mess up. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you all what I am seeing, and then we'll go from there.